Hi guys. Hey there everybody. This is Donna from Donna's Creative Space. Just making sure I get everything set up. And I want to share it to my VIP group. Okay, I think I'm all set. Oh, it's a beautiful day outside. So, hopefully, if you're out enjoying this great weather here I'm in Massachusetts, and if I didn't say so, this is Donna from Donna's Creative Space. I am here to share a fun fold card, and I'm going to be using the Your Biggest Fan stamp set. But like I said, it's beautiful out today, so if you are out enjoying the weather, that's great. I hope you catch this on the replay, either here on Facebook, or I will be posting onto YouTube afterward. Hey Susan, how are you? I was just talking about what great weather we're having here. So I'm going to show you a fun fold using Your Biggest Fan, because this is a sports kind of related packet, but you could do it in any other type of designer paper and stamp set, whatever you have. And I'll show you the basics, and then you can go ahead and make your own. It's really kind of cool, fun, quick, and it's a fun fold, but it's like I want to call it a fun cut, because you're kind of really cutting more than folding. But anyway, I've got some, like I said, I'm using this designer series paper. This is the Hey Sports Fan designer series paper, sorry. And it's got some really nice, I made a card I'll show you at the end with this one here in my team meeting. Oh, look at that. That would make a great flag. But it's got some real fun paper back and front, and a couple are right here on my table. So I'm going to show you this kind of cool card. And actually, I'll show you now. This is the one I made the other day I made this, and I made this one in a not using the sports paper. This was just in some designer paper. This is the Artistically Inked, I think the paper was called. That was a real simple one we did with my team meeting on Tuesday, this past Tuesday. But the way I did this one is, instead of these measurements, I kind of went with this paper here, which is all tickets. And I cut out this, see, I cut out this one because we get 2 sheets of everything. So I cut out this piece, play ball, and then I just kind of built my foundation papers, the mats underneath it, to create this card. So I thought that was cute. I'll show it again at the end for those of you that don't catch the beginning of this. But anyway, so it's really a cool way of making this card. And I haven't made it with this designer paper, but I kind of want to try it, and we'll see how it goes. And something different I'm doing is I'm using, because the background of these bats, see these bats here? I don't know if you can tell, but they're not, at first I thought they were navy blue. But then when I would put it next to this one, I realized, no, those are green. Those are evergreen, evening evergreen. So if you can't figure out what color's in the paper, turn over the back of the paper and look at the white. Here, let me get it out of the plastic. Look at underneath the name of it, and it lists the colors that it coordinates with. This one says Bumblebee, Evening Evergreen, Night of Navy, and Poppy Parade. So that's how I knew right off the bat. I didn't have to try to figure out which green that was. I knew right off the bat that it was Evening Evergreen. And I don't know. Oh, my phone. Sorry. I knew something dropped when I moved something. So I took this and decided, all right, I'll use an Evening Evergreen card base. Great. Hey, you didn't know that, Susan? Yeah, that's great. It's always on the back of, it's in the catalog too. So if you're looking through the catalog and you see the designer series paper, you can see that it'll always, I'm trying to look to see if I have my catalog around. Well, here's the annual catalog. So let me see if I find some paper, and I'll just kind of show you. Of course, I wasn't thinking about pulling it out, so I might not. Maybe it's at the beginning. So see this on this is page 11. So it's showing this paper here. This is the Beauty of the Earth paper. And right underneath, it gives you the colors: Mary Mallow, Cinnamon Cider, Bumblebee, Old Olive, Mossy Meadow, and Misty Moonlight. So those will be what's written on the back of that paper. So that's how you can find that out. But like I said, it's on the back of your packets. So it's a great way. Now, it doesn't mean that it can't go with other colors. Like this red, right? I was trying to figure out, I said, oh, no, is that real red or what? But because it said Poppy Parade on the back, I grabbed my Poppy Parade. So, in order to make this, it's simple, but it's really, I like the way it creates this kind of H. I guess I could call it an H card, right? But anyway, it's really easy and it's fun, and I thought this one was great too, using that. I didn't do any, well, I just stamped the happy birthday in the middle of this, but I thought this was a really cool one because I just used these resin stars. So let me show you how to make this. So you're going to start with a card base that is 4 1/4 by 11. So you can get 2 out of a sheet of paper, 2 out of 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and you're going to score it 5 1/2. Then you're going to take your trimmer, and hopefully you can see my trimmer on here, and you're going to line up. I don't know if you can see my score line here. Let me see if I can get it higher. I have a bunch of lights on, but sometimes the lighting's not that good. But see this score line? I'm going to put that on the 1 1/2 inch mark. So right here on my 1 1/2 inch mark, I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to cut. All right, so this is my regular 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Then I put that score line at 1 1/2 and cut. Right, now I take that off. I have 2 pieces. So this is our card base, right? And here's our little 1 1/2 inch. So you can take your bone folder and crease that. I'm going to set that aside. Now on this piece here, leaving it exactly how it was in the same direction, you're going to slide the edge over to 1 1/2, and you're going to cut off another 1 1/2 inch piece, just like that. You're going to cut again at 1 1/2. So now I have a 1 1/2 inch piece. Right? Now, with this last piece, you're going to just take it and turn it to the left and slide it up, and you're going to line it up at 3 3/4. So we're just going to take off a tiny little piece, just like that. So what you have left is this scrap that we're not going to use. You can save it for something else or toss it. All right, so let me get rid of the trimmer. And I'll go back and I'll show you these pieces, right? We had our piece like this and like that. All right. So this is 1 1/2 by 4 1/4. This was the 4 1/4 by 11, and we cut it right from here to here is 1 1/2. Then we had a 1 1/2 inch piece. And then this piece ends up being 2 1/2 wide by 3 3/4 long. And we get rid of this 1/2 inch strip. All right, so those are your pieces. So now what you need is some designer paper that's coordinating. Oh, I thought I lost it. Now these are baseball bats. Now let me show you the baseball bats, because I use 2 designer series paper here, this one and this one, and I wanted to have the bats because I'm going to make this just like these cards. So I wanted the bats going up and down, and I didn't want to cut them off because see how they are? I didn't want them going at an angle because I'd only get a strip of them, and you might not be able to tell that they were baseball bats. I mean, the balls will probably get caught because it's only going to be 4 1/4. So what I did was I cut right in between a row of bats, and then I cut a strip 1 1/4. Right, I just stuck it into my, see, I'll show you here. I cut off a few pieces. See that? So, and I used a long piece, and then, so I had a 1 1/4 inch left, and I cut this down to 4. All right, so you cut a long strip. You can cut it, whatever your designer paper is, just cut 1 1/4 inch strips. Like let's say I was using the star size, just 4 by 1 1/4. But I kind of kind of made a little bit of more work for me because I wanted the bats going in the vertical direction. So that's what I did with that paper. Now on this paper, this is the red threads that are on the baseballs. And I couldn't decide if I wanted, I'm trying something different because on this card I decorated with the stars, which I still may do, but on this one I did some stamping, right? So it's like a vertical or horizontal strip here. What I want to try doing is putting a strip of this behind here. I'll show you on this card since it's done. But I couldn't decide. This is if you cut the paper right off, right? I thought that would be cute, but then again, it might be too busy. But again, I'm putting it next to the baseball bats. So I cut a couple of pieces like this, right? Let me show you. 5 1/4 by 4, 5 1/4 by 3/8 of an inch. I cut them regular, but I also fussy cut, and I cut straight down between these thread marks so that I could get pieces like this also. So I don't know which way I'm going to go, so I have them both ways, so I can decide as I go which way I want to go. All right, so I have those ready. But oh, let me mention this. I do have, so it's the second half of March. If you shopped with me the first half of March, the card kits are all packed. I just have to bag them. They're all bagged. I just have to pack them in mailers, and they'll be going out either later today or tomorrow for ordering in the first half of the month. Now, for the second half of the month, I'm going to be doing a virtual class on Facebook, but I'm going to, if you don't have Facebook, you're probably going to be watching it on YouTube. So, and I'm really trying to plan it for Sunday night. But you don't have to be at it. You don't have to watch it live because, like I said, it's going to be there on it's going to be right here on Facebook, and it'll also be uploaded to my YouTube channel. So if you shop with me between the 18th and the 31st and use this host code, this is my new host code for the second half of the month, and place an order of $35 or more, you'll get my little make and take kit for free. It's a little different than my card class to go because I'm going to be basically doing a little mini class, a make and take class live, and it'll be recorded like I said, but you'll get the supplies to make the make and takes, and that will be shipped out later in the month. All right, so that's my little special. I just want to make sure I said that. All right, so let's get back to this. So I've already turned this over and creased that, right? I'm going to do a little stamping, but for now, and I think I told you, did I tell you? I decided to pull out Very Vanilla because the background of these are kind of beigey. They're not quite very vanilla, but they're kind of beigey, and I didn't think they'd look as good on white. If you only have white, that's fine, but see what I mean? So they look a little more antique-ish, because the paper looks to me antique-ish. So I think it's going to go better on the Very Vanilla. And if you don't know, we sell Very Vanilla. It's our basic, just like basic white. But we sell Very Vanilla, and we also sell Very Vanilla envelopes to match. All right, so I am going to keep this aside. So where do I want to start? I want to start by putting these designer series paper, right? I'm going to put one piece on this flap, right? Just like this. And I haven't even started stamping yet, but there's not a lot to stamp. It's really just this cutting. And you'll see how fast this went together. So this is going to go, whoops, right here. Just like that. Right? And then the other one, remember that 1.5 inch strip that we cut off? That's going to go on there. I'm trying to decide. Let's see. Once I get it on, I can decide which way I want it to go. But this is going to go on here. So I've left like an 1/8 inch around the edge. And again, these pieces were 4 by 1.25. All right. This cardstock was 4 1/4 by 1.25. No, 1.5. I'm sorry. Yeah, 1.5. Because the designer paper is 1 1/4. Okay, that was the piece we cut off, and that's going to go right here. All right, let me see. I might do it this way. Nope, I like it this way. This one we can play around with and figure out which way we want it to go. Now, because this piece is going to end up being movable, it's not going to be stuck down there. All right, let me bring in this one. See how it's just loose and it's connected? I'll show you what we're going to do. All right, we'll put this aside and we'll get our stamping done. So I've got a little piece of the Very Vanilla, and I am going to stamp it. I just like this Grand Slam sentiment right here. I'll show it. You can see it better in black. So I'm going to use that again, and I'm going to stamp it in the Evening Evergreen. All right, now I'm going to grab a little piece of foam. Hang on. Let me see. Where did I put my... Oh, I see it. I've got my... This is our stamping pierce mat, which is a thick foam, and it's good for when you're stamping with photopolymer stamps because you don't have that cushion, and you need a cushion. So I'm just going to grab a piece of scrap paper and put it underneath. And, oh wait, you know what? I think I want to do this. I think I have so much green. Maybe I'll do it in Poppy Parade. Let me just grab my Poppy Parade. I think that's what I want to do. All right, it's my Poppy Parade. Oh, I hope it's inked up enough. We'll see. I might have to cut another piece if it's not dark enough. And let's see. Well, I'm not sure it's dark enough, but we'll try. I'm going to move it all the way around. If you've seen, I did a video on how to ink up your pads. So you can go check it out on my YouTube channel, Donna's Creative Space. All right, let's see. Now I'm going to put this right smack. It looks like it inked up enough, so let's see. Oh, I'm going to have to stand up for this. Let me see if I can get this straight. I'm going to go straight down, hold it there for a sec. Now, let's see. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Now, if you, one of the things that I like to do is, I like to, hi Tiffany, how are you? I like to have the markers that go along with the ink pads because as you can see, it's a little dull in spots, so that makes, I need to re-ink this pad. But if you buy, when you buy the, let's say this is a, the Poppy Parade's in the brights, so I like to buy the markers that go along with the sets, and so I have my oh, look at a rhinestone. I have the markers that go with it. So just in case, it's nice to have the marker because like this M is a little bit too light. I can just touch it up just like that. So it's a great way to have the markers just in case. Now a marker that we do sell, now these you have to buy in a kit, a bundle. They're all, I believe, all 10 colors come together. But one of the markers that you can be, hi Jessica, how are you? Hello from Kansas. One of the markers you can buy singularly is the basic black Stampin' Write marker. Now it's not Memento, but it does coordinate with your Memento. So if you use your Memento stamp for something and you hit a spot that maybe there was a white spot, it's great to have the basic black Stampin' Write marker to touch up. But like you saw me, I just touched up with this one, with my Poppy Parade. All right, so let me see. Let me put the ink aside, and I'm trying to decide. I think I was going to put some stars on this with the stamp, but I think I'm going to see how I stamped this card here. I did it on the white, but I stamped it with Sahara Sand and Navy, right? And anything on the inside you want to stamp so that it's hidden, but these lines I wanted to show. So I am going to, I think I'm going to leave it for now. I'm going to put this on, oh, maybe that's why I pulled out my Evening Evergreen. Maybe I wanted it the green. Well, let's see. What do I think? What do you guys think? Well, I'm going to go with this because that's what I did. I was thinking I wanted to pull out more red. I mean, I had pulled out my Evening Evergreen ink, which is, now that I'm looking at this, I probably did it so that this would be stand out. The little border of Poppy Parade would stand out. Whoops. So I'm just going to mount this. Now this is the piece we cut off of our base. Remember we cut this off? But I forgot to tell you, this piece, this designer series paper, you need like another coordinating piece that is 2 1/4 by 3, about 3 1/2. Mine's a little shy of 3 1/2. Okay. And that could be anything coordinating. You could use a foil, would be pretty. I did do this card. Gosh, I don't think it was this past Christmas, but it was the year before maybe, with those, what was that? I'll have to look for that video because it was the one with the ornaments. And I did this, but I did it in a vertical card. But this I wanted to do another horizontal because I really like this sentiment, this grand slam that goes this way. All right, so this is what we have to do at this point. Now, you're going to want to put adhesive on the 2 ends of this piece, all right? All right. Then I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive. Let me take this away now. And I'm going to grab my silicone mat. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive, just like maybe 1 inch long, right on the very edge. Make sure it's all on this edge. I don't want to be able to see it from the back. All right. And then I'm going to place this piece here. I think I wanted it this way. Right on the very edge. But I'm going to do this. Forgot. On the left side of it, you're going to put, just like we did on the other side over there, just a little bit of adhesive on the edge. We don't want it on the back, just like that. All right. Then we're going to take these 2 pieces. This is going to line up exactly at the very edge, right? And we're going to keep it there. Then we're going to take this piece. I've got the adhesive. I don't know if you could see that, if the light will capture my adhesive, but just on the very ends. And then I have a little here and a little here. Then I'm going to lay this right across. I just love this baseball pattern. Now I got to stand up to make sure. So you want to hold the right piece in place. You want to make sure that it lines up on the edges, and then push this down. And there we created our little H. Isn't that cool? And see, none of the adhesive shows. All right, so on the back here, I'm just going to take my bone folder and kind of press that down real good. All right, so now our inside piece, this is what I'm thinking. So we have our very vanilla piece that would get centered there. Now, I could do what I did on this one and just do those stripes. That's a stamp. That's right here, right? Or I could use our the resin stars that I did like on this, on this one, right? But, oh, I forgot to stamp. Oh, I haven't put my white paper down, did I? No. I have to stamp Happy Birthday on this. Maybe I will use... No, I'm going to keep going with the Poppy Parade. I'm going to stamp Happy Birthday, but I'm going to put it right in the center because then I'll know it'll be hidden. Just like that. All right. Happy birthday. My nephew is playing baseball for his college team, and he's traveling all over the place for it. So that's really, see that? Now my Happy Birthday doesn't show. All right. Now but I don't want to glue this down yet because I'm going to decide on my outer pieces. So this is where you guys come in. And I know there's a delay, but hopefully you will be able to. So I'm going to do one of each. You tell me which way you like it better. All right, once I close this. So see those two, the way the designs are for the, I'm leaving my, let's see, is it better to see this way? Maybe it's better without the silver. I know, Tiffany, it's really a fun way to make a card. And it's all from cutting the base. All right, so I'm going to close this and you guys tell me. Ooh, I don't know now. Which do you like? I didn't think I would like the strings going on diagonal. So I cut them, I fussy cut them this way. What do you think? I think I do like them on the diagonal. What do you guys say? I'll leave that there for a second. I think I'm going to embellish with, I don't want to bring in yellow or blue because there's none of those colors in this. So I'm just going to embellish with maybe green and red stars. But what do you guys think? Do you like, I thought that I wouldn't like this. I thought it would be too busy. So I cut them sideways. If you watch the beginning of this video, you see I fussy cut it because the paper, see the paper is on an angle. The threads are going at an angle. Yes, Tiffany says diagonal too. I was thinking it was going to look too busy, but I really like this top one. So let's see. So now I'm going to take this off. I'm going to use these in a different project another time. So I'm going to take these. I'm going to put my adhesive on the back. I'm going to line up one side. I cut these a hair over 5 1/4. They're 3/4 wide, but I cut it a hair over because I like to trim it off at the end rather than cutting it too short. Whoops. Yep. Yeah, they're going the same way. So I'll line up this side, the bottom edge. Okay. And like I said, it's a hair over, so I just need my scissors. Oops, those are my ribbon scissors. And I'm going to just trim these off. So it's a nice even edge. Oh, you know what? Why didn't I grab? This kit. Oh, I do have it. This whole package has this whole Biggest Fan suite, right? This has the dies that go with it, but I didn't use any today. But they cut out all those tickets that are on that page that I was showing you. Where did I put that page? This one here. So you can cut out some of these tickets. It looks like this big one gets cut out. These smaller ones can get cut out with these dies. So that's kind of cool. Maybe I'll do another video using that. But it also comes with this twine. And this is called the Fan Baker's twine. I love using twine. And whenever they have twine, I always buy it because you never know how long it's going to last. And I like to keep twine on hand. Sometimes ribbon is just too big. And also, twine's so much better for guys. All right. I'm going to put this on the inside. I might have been out of the imagery just now. Look at that. Isn't it cute? I do like it on the angle like that. That's so funny. I went through all that trouble cutting these, but then I decided, well, I'll cut regular just in case. All right. Now we just need a little bit of bling. And it's not shiny bling. I think I want to tie a little knot. Like, see how I did this? I used the regular. This is our linen thread, but I thought it went good with this card. So I'm going to use, I think I should put a couple of these stars in green. Maybe a big one and a small one over here. Another big one over here. Yeah, I think that's good. Now, do you think I should add maybe a little bit of a twine knot? The bow's not good. I think I want to give this to I'm going to give one of these. Oops. One of these to my nephew, not grandson. Oh my goodness, I don't have any grandchildren. And I think I'm going to make a double knot. I'm going to just double this twine. I'm going to tie a knot. Just like that. And I'll take my ribbon scissors. All right. And I'm going to do the same thing up in the corner because I think that kind of, because I'm planning on giving this to a male. So I don't want to, now, let's see. I think I'm going to cut my glue dot in half. Because even though they're mini glue dots, they're still pretty good size to use behind twine. All right. I'm going to put that right in the corner there. This is only just to add a little bit and take my ribbon scissors and I'm going to cut it down. Just to add a little bit of texture to the card. And there we have it. Isn't that cool? I love this. I love this fun fold, but it's really kind of a fun cut maybe. It's not really a fold, but I don't know. It falls in that grouping of fun fold cards. So now let me show you these. Like I said, I made these. I demonstrated with this one, but this one still needs a little something. I think I might cut out a flower and put it like a 3-dimensional one. But this just shows you the same idea, and I used the same stripes from the sports set here. But you could make a Father's Day one, Most Valuable Dad. There's a hooray, there's another. So you can put Most Valuable Dad on the outside and put Happy Father's Day on the inside. You can put something in the banner. The banner would be good going across this. But these are the cards I made. And I'm going to just show you these because I like these for guys. What do you think? Fun card, right? So that's it for today's Friday Facebook Live. Don't forget, I will be having a virtual class soon, and you can get the supplies. Just keep an eye out. It's not this design. It's not this stamp set. I have 2 in mind. I just haven't decided yet. But it'll be a virtual class, and you can watch it anytime. It'll be here on Facebook, probably Sunday night or maybe Sunday afternoon. And it will be uploaded to YouTube, and it'll just sit there forever. So if you have the supplies in the stamp set that I use, you could just follow along and make it yourself. Or if you place an order with me for $35 or more, I will send you the make and take packs. So stay tuned for more information on that class. But until then, I hope you enjoy. Oh, Tiffany, I'm so happy for your new house. So and I'm glad I gave you a little break from unpacking, I should say. So until next time, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the weekend. It's gorgeous today. I'm not sure what the rest of the weekend's going to be like. But take care, and I'll see you online soon. Bye, guys. Oh, one more thing. Don't forget, if you're not on my email list, go to donnascreativespace.com. That's my blog. And there's a button in the right corner to click on and send me your email address so that I can add you to my newsletter. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.